And following the massive protests that have been taking place by followers of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, the US has come out in solidarity with the people who have voted for Lula da Silva. Further, the country, while condemning the violent protests, has hinted that Biden and the new Brazilian president may hold talks in this regard. Here's a report.
After Brazilian authorities vowed to protect democracy and punish thousands of supporters of ex-president Jair Bolsonaro who stormed Congress, following the fact that protests posed similarities to the Jan 6, 2021 insurrection at the US Capitol, the US expressed confidence that Brazil's democracy will hold.
Well, first, we have expressed confidence because we believe it, that the democratic institutions of Brazil will hold. The will of the people of Brazil will be respected. The freely elected leader of Brazil will govern Brazil and will not be deterred or knocked off course by the actions of these people who have assaulted the instruments of governance in Brasilia, including the Congress, the presidential palace, and the Supreme Court. So we think Brazilian democracy is resilient, strong, and will come through this.
The United States further affirmed that they are standing in this with Brazil.
So there is absolutely no doubt about where President Biden or the United States stands on this assault on democracy, democratic institutions, and the peaceful transfer of power. And so we will continue to make sure that the United States speaks clearly with one voice on this issue, and then sort out, when the right time is for the two leaders to.
The White House National Security Advisor even gave hints that US President Biden and Brazil President may hold talks.
We don't have a scheduled call, but I do expect the president will speak with President Lula at some point in the coming period. Period undefined, because as of now, there's nothing scheduled. You saw the president speak out very plainly and clearly yesterday.
The protesters stormed into Congress, the Supreme Court, and Presidential Palace on Sunday. Police were breaking down a pro-Bolsonaro encampment outside a military building Monday and detained some 1,200 people there. Lula and the heads of the Supreme Court, Senate, and lower house also signed a letter Monday denouncing acts of terrorism and vandalism. After his October 30 electoral defeat, Bolsonaro, who has gone to Florida, has been stoking belief among his hardcore supporters that the electronic voting system was prone to fraud, though he never presented any evidence. As a result, Bolsonaro's supporters refused to accept the results. They blocked roads and have remained camped outside military buildings, urging the armed forces to intervene. Meanwhile, Biden, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau jointly condemned the attack on Brazil's democracy. Agency Report, Republic TV.